Do we really have to go in here? Vaggie glared at the bar sign. She did not want to have to go in there.
I mean, we don't have to go here. But I have a feeling this will be the place where we can find a new bodyguard for the hotel.
Charlie stared up at the sign. Determination filled her eyes.
After what happened last week with that break-in, we need someone to help watch over the hotel. I don't want you to be the only one protecting everyone.
Charlie put a hand on her shoulder. Vaggie was way more stressed out lately, being one of the only people protecting the place. She was right. They needed help. She just wished they didn't have to look here.
Just follow my lead. It shouldn't be that hard to talk to some people in a bar, right?
Charlie smiled, trying to stay hopeful as she opened the doors to the Rotten Inn bar. Vaggie followed behind, arms crossed. This better be worth it, Vaggie spoke under her breath as she looked around the vicinity. It was a quiet bar, actually. Not a lot of demons. The ones that were there were either passed out or minding their own business. The two sat at a table and began to examine the demons within the premises. Charlie, while I do respect your ideas, hun, these demons look weak and helpless. Charlie slowly realized what she meant.
You make a point, but things can change any minute. Someone big and strong will show up.
Charlie stayed optimistic, slamming a fist on the table. The moment she did that, a demon walked up to the table.
Hi there, I'm Kate Rott, and welcome to the Rotten Inn Bar. What can I get you to?
She asked, as she would any customer.
Just a water for me, please.
Charlie kindly requested. Same for me. Vaggie followed with her response.
2 waters, coming right up.
Kate winked with a thumbs up before walking off to get their orders.
She was nice. Maybe she could help us?
Charlie said hopefully. I thought we were looking for bodyguards, not servers. Vaggie sat, feeling uneasy.
Not as the bodyguard, Vaggie. We can ask her about the people who come here. She must know since she works here.
Charlie sat up, waiting for her to get back so she could ask.
Here you go, 2 waters.
Kate walked up to the table, placing both drinks in front of the demons.
Thank you. Hey. Is it alright if I ask you a question?
Charlie turned to look up at the zombie demon.
Sure, ask away.
She smiled as she cleaned the table next to the two.
Does anyone really big, strong, and burly ever come here? Someone who would be good at, I don't know, protecting a building?
Charlie tried to explain, but had a little trouble.
Oh yeah, there's this guy who's here every night. He could definitely take on any demon with enough drinks. He's over at the bar getting another drink.
Kate gestured towards the bar. She lifted up a spoon and bit the top clean off. Vaggie noticed her basically eating a spoon while Charlie chose to ignore it.
That helps a lot. Thank you very much.
Charlie stood up, her drink in hand, even more determined. Wait, Charlie! Vaggie quickly got up too. She would never let Charlie talk to some tough guy without protection. Kate ended up following behind too, since she was interested. Charlie marched her way to the bar, and then there he was. Charlie took a deep breath before sitting next to the much larger demon.
Excuse me. Is this seat taken?
She asked, trying to stir up a conversation.
Clearly it's not. No one's sitting in it.
The larger demon glared down at the princess. Charlie began to sweat.
So, what's your name, big guy?
Charlie tilted her head towards him, trying once again to start a chat.
Viberto.
He let out calmly as he took a swig of his drink. Charlie smiled lightly.
That's a nice name. Do you come here often?
Viberto's glares continued.
If you're trying to flirt with me, I'm not interested.
Vaggie was getting aggravated with this guy already. He clearly wanted nothing to do with him.
No, big guy. She wants to know how strong you are. I told her you're the toughest guy around.
Kate slid into the conversation, elbowing Viberto's shoulder.
Here is your order, sire. On the house, since this is your 10th drink.
The barmaid passed Viberto another bottle. Charlie was at a loss for words. This guy clearly had one thing in mind: alcohol. Kate, however, still wanted to hype him up to the two.
Hey, Catherine, do you think Viberto over here could protect, like, a big building or something?
Catherine, the barmaid, turned around as she polished a glass.
Sure he could. I've seen him knock out 20 people in a night.
Charlie was surprised. He would be perfect for protecting the hotel.
Okay. I'll bite. What do you people want to know about me?
Viberto finally looked over to Charlie, giving her his full attention. Vaggie, however, decided to speak, since Charlie did more than enough tonight. Let me put this to you blunt, pal. We need a bodyguard. We are running this place called the Happy Hotel and need someone as bullheaded as you to protect it. The room went silent for a moment.
Okay, why didn't you ask that from the start? Instead of wasting my time with fucking small talk.
Viberto's face stayed neutral.
Viberto, give them a chance. They're clearly new to the bar scene.
Catherine leaned on the bar, trying to help however she could.
Fine. How much is the pay for this job?
Viberto finally gave them a chance.
We are flexible with pricing. How about we start with 15 an hour?
Charlie offered.
20 an hour, and I'll do it.
Vaggie growled. They didn't have all this kind of money to give out. 17, take it or leave it. Viberto looked at the two for a moment before smirking.
You got yourselves a deal.
Charlie sprung out of her seat to give him a hug.
Thank you so much!
Viberto pushed her off gently.
Alright, no need for hugs. I'm just doing this to get some extra booze money.
Charlie was thrilled. The hotel would be protected.
Here are the directions. We'll see you first thing in the morning.
Charlie handed him the directions. Viberto stared down at the paper blankly. He was way too drunk for this. But hey, money is money. Well, job well done, hun. Never doubted you. Vaggie smiled at Charlie. Her crazy ideas somehow always work out.
All you gotta do is try, and things will eventually turn out right. Hey, Catherine, can we get some dessert to go?
Charlie asked the two bar ladies.
But of course. Kate, go grab that for them, would you?
Catherine gestured to the dessert showcase.
Got it, sis.
Kate ran to get it for them. Once the two were given their desserts and paid the bill, they left the bar.
Bye-bye now. Take care, girls.
Kate called out, watching them walk out of the bar. Viberto stared at the door before looking back down at his drink.
You can't make this shit up.